Hello to the beautiful collectives out there. Welcome to my channel, Astro, and this is your monthly forecast for June 2026. Okay, and before we get into the signs, I just want to share with you that on the 31st of May at 9 degrees, we have a full blue moon in Sagittarius. And this is the second full moon in May. All right, and that's happening on the 31st, as I said. So we're going to be entering into June with that energy of that once upon a time or once in a lifetime energy from this full blue moon. Okay, so set your intentions high and watch what happens. Okay, so this happens every 2 to 3 years. So this is once every blue moon. You know how that saying goes. And let's see. You may be seeking honest answers about your life's purpose during this time. This culmination and illumination brings hidden feelings to the surface. Unresolved questions may come up, or long avoided decisions that have been brewing since the previous full moon, which was the first one in Scorpio. Okay, so the new moon in Gemini is on the 14th of June, and this will be at 24 degrees, happening at 7:54 p.m. Pacific time. And at the end of June, we have a full moon, and that's on the 29th in Capricorn at 8 degrees. And Chiron is moving into Taurus and will stay there for approximately 8 years. Okay? Chiron is the wounded healer, and it is going to help you release those patterns around your self-worth and your value system as well. So, and it's also about, how you show up in your emotional world. But being in the sign of Taurus, it has to do with security. It has to do with your money. It has to do with your steadiness and your material things. Okay, do you value yourself on the external things in your life, or is your worth internal? So these are the energies that's going to be playing out for the next year, next 8 years for all of us to heal those insecure areas in our life that has to do with, our self-worth. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into your forecast for the month of June. So I will see you on the other side. Hello to my beautiful Gemini risings out there. Welcome to my channel, Astro, and this is your monthly forecast for June 2026. Now, I did an introduction giving you the highlights of the month, but I want to share with you that Chiron, the wounded healer, this is an asteroid, but it's also a big deal. He will be moving into the sign of Taurus, and he will stay in that sign for 7.5 to 8 years. Okay, he'll be there from June 2026 to 2034. So this is some moving and shaking up energy that is going to transform all of us in some area of our life. And in this case, it's going to be happening for you in your 12th house of retreat, of the unseen. Okay? So, with that being said, there's a lot of work that's going to be done undercover. All right? So, we're going to start with June 1st, Gemini Rising. Mercury enters Cancer, and this is happening in your second house of finances, self-worth, your value system, other people's money, shared finances, And there's something else I wanted to say about the second house, but for the most part, it is about your money, your value, and your self-worth and possessions. Okay, there we got that cleared up. All right, so during this time, you may be more reflective about your financial decisions. And the reason why you may be more reflective is because Cancer is involved. Cancer is ruled by the moon, and the moon have a tendency to put us in that reflective mode wherever it is. Okay? So conversations about income, possessions, or self-worth may arise. You may have an interest in learning, budgeting, or small business ideas that can improve your financial situation. You may worry or overthink money matters as well. And part of that is the Cancer's energy. Okay? Cancer have a tendency to worry because its emotions are always guiding them. Okay, so on the 13th, we have Venus moving. No, let me stop there. On the 9th, we have Venus conjunct Jupiter in the sign of Cancer in your second house. Now, this conjunction is a good conjunction because they're both benefic planets that are engaging with one another. So during this time, you are comfort and value focused, okay? And your feelings of security are expanded. You attract money, wow, or pleasurable possessions, and improve your self-worth, and your social charm is highly increased, okay? Watch for overspending though, or inflated expectations, okay? Because these two signs are, Jupiter is very expansive. Wherever it sits or steps into is going to expand things. And Venus has a tendency to overindulge, okay? She likes the finer things, and, she likes sweets as well. So anyway, just so you know, be careful of overdoing during this conjunction. So on the 13th, we have Venus moving into the sign of Leo, and this is happening in your third house of communication, early education, short trips, your local neighborhood, and your siblings and friends. Okay? So your words carry more charm and influence because Venus is just charming. Your conversations, writing, and social media posts can attract attention and feel more special or theatrical. And the theatrical part is about Leo presence, okay? Your day-to-day environment feels uplifted in a harmonious or inharmonious ways. People relate to you more warmly and diplomatically. Short trips, errands, and day trips are more pleasurable and may involve social or romantic encounters as well. Yes, that sounds really nice. Okay, Gemini rising. Now, on the 14th, we have a new moon in Gemini, and this is happening in your first house of self, uh, how you see yourself, how others see you. Um, you. All right. It's just how you think, how you see, all of your senses are here in this first house. So during this full moon, during this new moon, okay, you may feel more talkative, restless, and eager to gather information, make plans, or try on new ideas or personas. Okay? You may feel extra curious, scattered, or mentally busy, turning over many ideas at once. And that's because this Gemini energy is, it's ruled by Mercury, okay? So they're thinkers. You're in your head a lot, and everything just happens all at once. So you have a lot of different things you may be thinking about, and you may jump from this to this conversation to that conversation. But that's the Gemini energy, okay? You may be highly sensitive at this time because we're dealing with moon energy, and you may feel more moodier or take things personally. So stay objective when making decisions, okay? And don't take them personal. Now, on the 19th is when Chiron is entering Taurus, and this is happening in your 12th house of escapism, um, retreat, the subconscious. Foreign travel is also here. Rest is also here. There's a lot of karma is in the 12th house as well. Okay, so this theme emphasizes safety, comfort, money, the body, and personal values. Okay, this transit can expose where you feel unsafe or not enough beneath the surface. Okay, you may need more rest, privacy, and time alone to process your emotions. And just remember, this is going to be happening for the next 7 to 8 years. Okay, so there's time for you to get down to the deepest parts because you're already in the 12th house, and things tend to clear faster when the energy that's working on your behalf is in the 12th house. Okay? So it may not be, a lot of fun, but change is necessary and growth is the outcome. Okay? So let's move on to the summer solstice on the 21st. We have the sun moving into Cancer, and again, this is happening in your second house of finance, self-worth, your value system, your possessions. That includes, some shared resources, possibly. Okay, so this is a time when you become more aware of what you own, what you earn, and whether your finances truly support the life you want. Okay? And we have Chiron in the 12th house working on some of that self-worth energy. Okay? So you may have a stronger urge to protect what you've built and to make your finances feel safer and organized. Okay, so on the 28th, we have Mars moving into Gemini, and this is happening in your first house as well. All right. So during this time, you may feel more like putting yourself out there, promoting yourself, speaking up, or trying new activities that put you in the spotlight. Your energy may be scattered. You may juggle multiple ideas, conversations, or tasks at once. So prioritize. All right? So this is movement. That's Mars. Mars is full steam ahead. All right, so on the 29th of June, we have Mercury retrograding in the sign of Cancer. And again, this is happening in your second house, okay? So you may want to reevaluate your finances, revisit your budgets, reconsider your purchases, or renegotiate your pay, your debts, or joint finances. Okay? Expect delays, revisions, or do-overs within your financial framework, contracts, or small money deals, invoices, reimbursements, and terms of side gigs. Okay? So again, on the 29th, we have the full moon in Capricorn as well. And this is happening in your 8th house. And the 8th house is about death, okay? Transformation, shared resources, banking, debts, psychological issues, also intuitive knowledge, psychic abilities, seeing behind the veil, that type of energy, mystical. Okay, so this full moon is in Capricorn and is illuminating what must be closed, okay? Reorganize or set free in joint finances, intimate bonds, and your own shadow, okay? So there's also work that is that's happening in your 12th house with Chiron there. So this 8th house energy is also going to be lit up because it is connected to the 12th house energy. All right? So, Gemini Rising, this is your forecast for June 2026. And until next time, bye for now.